Hello friends! Today we embark on a grand journey along the most colossal structure ever built by humankind. Before us stands the Great Wall of China, shrouded in myths and legends. You've probably heard the claim that it can be seen even from space. This statement has made its way from textbook to textbook, but is it actually true? Who was the first to spread this myth? Why do astronauts deny it? And what man-made structures can truly be seen from orbit? We'll dive into the history of this misconception, look into NASA's archives, and uncover the truth behind one of the most persistent modern myths. All the most fascinating details, right here in this video. Let's go! The traditional claim that the Great Wall of China is visible from space dates back to 18th century European travelers. In 1754, British antiquarian William Stukeley wrote that the structure must be visible even from the moon. However, modern astronauts and scientists unanimously refute this assertion. Interestingly, the myth spread long before the space age even began. In 1895, the American magazine, The Century magazine, claimed, without any evidence, that the wall could be seen from orbit. This shows how a poetic metaphor can evolve into a pseudo-scientific fact. Technical research in recent decades has definitively debunked this myth. NASA's satellite images reveal that, with a width of only 5 to 8 meters, the wall blends into the surrounding landscape. For comparison, even 50-meter wide highways are indistinguishable to the naked eye from orbit. A particularly noteworthy aspect of this misconception is its cultural dimension. In China, the myth of the wall's visibility from space was long promoted at the state level as a symbol of national greatness. It wasn't until 2003 that China's first astronaut, Yang Liwei, publicly admitted he couldn't see the wall from orbit. Thus, the story of this myth is a fascinating example of how scientific facts, cultural narratives, and human imagination interact. Each new generation of astronauts continues to disprove this enduring misconception, reminding us that even the greatest human achievements have their limits. Modern astronauts and cosmonauts unanimously confirm that the Great Wall of China cannot be seen with the naked eye from orbit. The first human in space, Yuri Gagarin, stated back in 1961 that he observed no man-made structures from his flight altitude. This fact has been repeatedly confirmed by his successors, including participants of the Apollo program. Physical calculations clearly demonstrate the absurdity of the wall's supposed visibility. To distinguish an object just 6 meters wide from an altitude of 400 kilometers, the typical orbit of the ISS, the human eye would need a resolving power of 0.015 arcseconds, about 20 times beyond the physiological limits of human vision. An interesting experiment was conducted by NASA in 2004. Astronauts attempted to photograph the wall from various altitudes and under different lighting conditions. Only under ideal visibility and with the use of telephoto lenses, at altitudes between 160 and 320 kilometers, were they able to identify small sections of the structure. A noteworthy visual paradox plays a role in this misconception. Due to the wall's winding path along mountain ridges and its coloration blending with the surrounding landscape, it visually merges with the natural terrain, even if the dimensions were otherwise sufficient. This is supported by high-resolution satellite imagery. Thus, scientific evidence is unequivocal. The Great Wall of China is not visible to the naked eye from space. However, this fact in no way diminishes its historical significance or the engineering marvel it represents, an achievement that remains awe-inspiring without the need for mythical exaggerations. Contrary to popular belief, there are indeed several man-made structures that can be seen from orbit with the naked eye. These include the world's largest megacities, especially their lights at night. Astronauts aboard the International Space Station regularly photograph glowing clusters of cities like Tokyo, New York, and Moscow. Massive engineering projects are especially visible from space. For example, the 38-kilometer-long Lake Pontchartrain Causeway in the U.S., or the artificial islands of the Persian Gulf. Thanks to their sheer size and strong contrast with their surroundings, such structures meet the visual criteria for orbital observation. Surprisingly, Some agricultural features also make the list. Circular irrigation fields in desert regions, often up to a kilometer in diameter, create striking geometric patterns that are easily recognizable from space. Unlike the Great Wall, these fields offer enough contrast against the background landscape to stand out. Natural phenomena are also clearly visible and often attract astronauts' attention. These include massive forest fires, volcanic eruptions, and hurricanes. For instance, smoke from the 2019 to 2020 wildfires in Australia was clearly visible from the ISS to the naked eye for several months. In summary, the visibility of objects from space depends on three main factors: size, contrast, and lighting conditions. While the Great Wall of China is undeniably massive, it doesn't meet these criteria. Meanwhile, other human-made and natural features are regularly spotted from orbit. The psychological durability of this misconception deserves special attention. Research on cognitive biases shows that appealing metaphors, especially those tied to grand human achievements, have a powerful effect on the collective imagination. The myth about the wall being visible from space fits squarely into this category. It's fascinating to trace how this myth was used for ideological purposes. In Chinese educational literature of the 1970s and 1980s, the claim about the wall's visibility was presented as evidence of the ancient civilization's technological superiority. This concept later migrated into Western popular media, where it was often accepted as unquestionable truth. Popular culture played a key role in cementing the myth. From Hollywood films like Armageddon, 1998, to modern documentary projects, the claim has been repeated many times without critical scrutiny, helping to root it deeply in public consciousness. Linguistic analysis reveals an interesting evolution of the claim's wording. The original statements about visibility from the moon gradually shifted to visibility from orbit, and then to the more vague visibility from space, each time adjusting to scientific realities while retaining the core idea. In the end, the myth's persistence can be explained by a complex interplay of psychological, cultural, and political forces. Despite repeated scientific refutations, it continues to endure, demonstrating just how resilient a beautiful legend can be when it enters the public mind. So, is the Great Wall of China really visible from space? The answer depends on what we mean by visible. With the naked eye, definitely not. But does that diminish its greatness? The story of this myth is a fascinating example of how a beautiful metaphor can overshadow the actual achievements of ancient engineers. Perhaps instead of debating its visibility from space, we should marvel at how this monumental structure has endured through the centuries, standing as a symbol of human perseverance and engineering genius. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Why do you think this myth has been so persistent? Do you know of other scientific misconceptions like it? We look forward to your opinions and thought-provoking discussions. See you next time in the world of amazing facts and scientific discoveries.